Some epic World Cup football matches over the years. This is two of the non-seeded players then, as Magnus Carris looks to try and stave off retirement, and here comes the man they call Brazilian, and that is just what it is. And it's not going to get any better than that, Diogo.
No, and if you want a confidence builder, you can't get any better, can you? That's a great start for Brazil. And that could just settle his partner down as well, because he will be the edge you want.
Well, that'll be one for him to look back on. He'll watch that back again and again and again. Sky Plus Diogo Portela, and when he kicked off the game against Sweden with a magical maximum. Here he is, the evergreen poker face, looking to do exactly the same thing.
140.
Yes, it's been a long time a player, has Magnus. Met him in the late 80s in Stockholm when we used to go over there and play the Swedish Open, which, wow, is he going to follow it up with another one?
140.
You know, right the way, you know, Finland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, it was a, you know, right the way across there was a big hotbed of dart players, and Magnus come out of there and was always one of the top Swedish players, and still is.
Well, Diogo could possibly have been playing with his father. His father lost the final qualifier to Mario Portela 6-5 to Artur Valle. That's how close it was to being a father and son combination.
That would have been something, wouldn't it?
What a really marvellous thing for the
45.
Portela family. That would have been
40.
But Portela Jr. is doing just fine. Tops. Oh, what a start here for Diogo. 180 followed by 140. Not sure what went wrong there with the third dart of that visit. That rubbish he threw on the third dart, just a single 20, Rodney. And then first dart at double top, he hit it. So
yeah, needs to tighten that sixth dart up, doesn't he?
But what a beautiful start
21
from Portela. That's absolutely fantastic stuff, and it's given his country the lead.
Wayne mentioned it earlier on, where he's settled down now in England to improve his game, which it is. He's lost his tour card and he's on the Challenge Tour as well. And
46.
And on the Challenge Tour, you know, that's a tough tour. He's going to learn his trade very well there. It's all about consistency. I mean, they all can all throw 12 darters, but they just can't throw as many as Phil Taylor could or Michael van Gerwen. So it's only consistency and taking out, closing out legs under pressure. Sometimes you learn it and sometimes you don't.
$60.
Well, it's the third appearance of the World Cup as Nilsson gets the bounce out for Brazil.
21.
They've almost won their first round game. They beat Switzerland in 2017 and Denmark the following year. And then they've gone out in the second round both times.
29.
Whereas Sweden making their 9th appearance at the World Cup, ever present at the PDC World Cup of Darts. Round 2 has been their best as well, so.
Well, we've already seen one upset with Northern Ireland going out, Daryl Gurney and Brendan Dolan. I think we're going to see a lot more upsets. None of these would be classed as an upset. They're pretty evenly matched, to be quite honest. Sweden probably just the favourites.
$25.
Well, Nilsson, the Iron Man, rather buckled a bit there. And it's given Brazil just a chance here in this leg. Well, Diogo can smack in another 3 treble visit. Fabulous stuff here. That's a 177 to go with his 180 opening salvo in the first leg. And it's put Brazil on a finish.
Yeah, 1 minute there, well behind, and now they've got control of the leg and against the throw. Although that's a good return from Magnus Carris.
You require 108.
Now 108. What he doesn't want to do, if he doesn't take it out, he must not mess around with it. Oh, tops now, he hasn't messed around. Oh,
68.
that would have been a blow.
Sweden, you require
Now Nilsson comes to the board with 71. You would think it's got to go. Double 10, 2 darts at it. Only needs the one. That's a good clean kill there under pressure.
The leg is Brazil to throw first.
Yeah, it certainly was. As you said, Rod, there was a lot of pressure on it. Portela had forced an opening for Brazil with the 177. Valle couldn't take it out.
41.
But it was still highly possible that Portela would be back for the double top.
60.
Yes, and the way he was playing, he'd have felt confident of hitting it. But not to be, so one leg all.
22.
Previous match, we see the Belgians go through. They were very impressive. Kim Huybrechts and Dimitri van den Berg. 136 to finish off that match from the youngster.
60.
Yeah, the bottom half of the draw very much the focus tonight here in Hamburg. And then the big guns of England and the Netherlands entering the fray tomorrow. And there's a bad sound this time for Diogo. They were 1 dart away from going 2 legs to 0 up, but now a chance for the Swedes to take the lead.
100.
Well, the winners of this will play Scotland or Denmark, as you said earlier on, Rodders, and be interesting to see how the Scottish pair are going to play. I mean, Gary Anderson's had a good time off, never played in the Premier League, had back trouble, and Peter Wright's not had the most brilliant of starts to this year, so will they get it together?
140.
Well, Poker Faces 140 has given Nilsson the chance. Double 18. Well, that is quite magical. 6 darts there, a 140 from Magnus Carris, and then the 141 out from the Ironman Dennis Nilsson, and that's the breaker throw. That's quality.
Yeah, and you put that in with the 71 he took under pressure to make it 1-all. That is clinical finishing. I'm giving him an arm wrestle later, by the way.
Make you second favourite there, Rodney.
Well, you know, upsets do happen now and again.
140.
Well, it would be a Vandy Ruiz against Anthony Joshua proportions, wouldn't it?
He's
shown his quality, hasn't he, Dennis Nilsson? As you mentioned, Rod, the 43-year-old from Valberg. Gets his nickname
95
for coming runner-up in the Swedish Strongest Man competition back in 2003, 16 years ago, but he still looks in very good shape to me.
45.
Yeah, the only thing, if you play with him, Rodders, and you win and he gives you a bear hug, that wouldn't do you a lot of good, would it? But he's a solid player, there's no question. You know, the big strong arms, doesn't need to move the body too much, and he keeps the elbow nice and high. It doesn't drop too often. That's the main thing of the throw. Keep that elbow at the same height and just let the forearm and the wrist release the dart. Don't move the shoulder into the shot, otherwise your right-handed player will put it to the left.
Well, they had a chance to go 2-0 up Brazil. Then the 71 in 2 darts that Rod Harrington had mentioned made it 1-1. That was Nilsson's finish. Then Nilsson's 1-4-1 out has given them the lead. And now with the steady
95.
Magnus Carris taking them down to another 3-dart combination. Every chance for the Swedes to go 3-1 up.
28.
Well, they're going to get
Require 111.
possibly 9 darts from this one, 11. But the way Nilsson's playing, you quite fancy him to have a dig at this double top. Well, he isn't. So 14's to just set it up for Carris when he comes back.
48.
Oh, well, that could be costly of 1 dart. Should have left him 2 darts at the double. Now he's only going to get 1. But pressure not really on in this leg.
85. Sweden Uruguay 63.
Well, half a dozen darts are available to Carris and Nilsson. Well, wherever he threw it, he was going to be left on a 2-dart combination. Well, almost indescribable. And Poker Face has cracked.
He has. First time I've seen him smile in 30 years.
Poker Face cracks. And
well,
he can afford a little smile there because he still ended up on a double, but it was an absolute mess of a visit from Magnus. But in any regard, Nilsson's going to be back for 3.
99. Sweden Uruguay 8.
The only problem with this 8, if he splits it first, oh, that's not classed as a guide. Getting closer. Oh, and again with the last start, it's Nilsson.
The leg is Brazil.
They're 3-1 up, and Nilsson's taken the double out every time.
He has indeed. Poker Face rather showed his hand, but a pair of 4s was enough for the Swedes in that leg.
100.
It started really well for the Brazilians. It was darts, darts, darts to the samba beat early on, but they're now dancing to the Swedes' tune.
99.
Yes, it was a nice 13-dart leg to open up the match from the Brazilians, but they've gone downhill since. And it's making it quite easy for the Swedish pairing to just get control of this game now, and you know, they are quite experienced. You wouldn't have thought they'd give it away from here.
45.
No, and it really doesn't matter too much what happens at the start of a match. What happens at the end, and as Sweden's most famous band put it, the winner takes it all. Rodney.
140.
Yes, ABBA. Those groups, even I remember them.
100.
Well, a leg that Brazil can ill afford to lose here, to go 4-1 down in a race to 5. Would make it
100.
not impossible, but getting that way. So this is a crucial hold that they need to get done.
Yeah, the only problem with this, Diogo does not take this out. Then Valle comes back to take out the double. And
140.
Carris has done exactly what I was just about to say. If he hits a 140, now this is big pressure on Portela. Gonna have to find his treble 20 and take this out, because comes to the right to find it, which I thought he would have come to the, you know, to the left to take that treble 20 on.
88. Sweden Uruguay 117.
Well, Nilsson's the king at taking out the shots in this match. 71, 141. And he's going to want double top now for a 4-1 lead.
97. Brazil Uruguay 28.
Well, a crucial 3 darts coming up here for Artur Valle. Double 7, otherwise he lets Carris in, and Carris is in for double 10.
Sweden Uruguay 20.
It's all about the timing and a little bit of luck who comes to the ball. We see it with Lithuania. You know, 3 darts at double top list, 3 darts at double 10, but Magnus Carris does not miss the double, and he takes the Swedes 4-1 up, and a solid performance at the moment.
Well, the 50-year-old Swedish stalwart, Magnus Carris. It's his first double of the match. Nilsson had hit the previous 3, but he joins the party.
140.
And you feel that they're on the roll to round 2 now.
Uh, 85.
It's just a really solid performance from the Swedes, isn't it? After the setback of early, losing the first leg,
74.
almost losing the second. They've got a vice-like grip on the match, and they've done everything that's necessary.
68.
Yeah, they've had a couple of bits of luck. As I said in that previous leg, if it had been Portela come to the board with 3 darts in his hand at the double, then all of a sudden you've got a 3-2 game. But it was Valle's chance, and like I said, we've seen it 2 or 3 times this evening. It's just the way it is, and now Portela is going to need a maximum.
Even that won't leave the finish, Rod, will it?
No, it won't, no, but you know, it just gives him an outside chance.
140. Sweden Uruguay 127.
Well, that leaves double 8.
111.
That would have been magic from Magnus, wouldn't it, to finish it off? But it will be left to Nilsson to come back to apply the coup de grace.
45. Sweden Uruguay 16.
Well, the opponents are not on a finish.
No score.
Well, he's
No, that was a mistake from Valle in the previous 3 darts to not leave the Brazil a check out. That's concentration, focus that can be very
65.
costly. So now Magnus
Uruguay,
Carris steps
16.
up in his retirement tournament. Double 8 to go through to play. Perhaps Scotland. It is.
And the match, the Swedes.
And the Swedes, who lost the first leg of the match, won the next 5. And Magnus Carris and Dennis Nilsson